Hey everyone, Casualties of Gaming here, coming to you with a video. So I've been online on Reddit and some forums and some other places with a lot of people asking about key resellers. What ones are cool to use, what ones aren't, that sort of thing. So I thought I'd do a little short video and show you kind of a couple tools you could use to navigate that sort of thing and give you the at least the education that I have about what ones maybe are more upstanding, what ones maybe use sort of shadier tactics to get some of their keys, and so on and so forth. So first of all, if all you're interested in doing is staying away from what's called a key reseller and sticking to the more official websites, and just concerned about like getting the best deal, you can use this. Is there any deal? It'll track sales and that sort of thing. If you want a little bit of education on what the stores might be like, you can go underneath this other tab, go to shops, and you'll get reviews about people's experiences with them. Again, these are the more official ones: your Blizzards, your Fanaticals, your EA stores, your Epic stores, Green Man Gaming, Newegg, Ubisoft, and loads of others I've never heard of. I haven't heard of at least half of these, if we're being honest. But anyway, if you click on anything random, Billet Game or Game Billet has several reviews. Some of them are going to be up, some of them are going to be down. Obviously, it is usually pretty straightforward, except for these black circles. Can't pay from PayPal is a deal breaker for me. So yeah, you can use this as just a tool to kind of educate yourself on people's experiences and maybe where to go and where not to go. You do get reviews like this with Blizzard that don't really so much talk about the experience of buying and more of a warning about the company itself. Scumbag Studio with Scumbag Stores. I'm not really here to talk about that. I'm not trying to tell you where to spend your money so much as giving you some tools to sort of educate yourself. So if you if you just type in gg.deals, this is the homepage. So there's a couple things that you could do here. If you're not interested, if again, you just want to stick to the more official store stuff, you can go to this tab that says key shops and just hit disabled. And then all you will see is stuff from those stores we were talking about before. Your Green Man Gaming, your Steams, your Epic Games, your GOGs, that sort of thing. Your Fanaticals, you got a historical lows section with eShop, Steam, all of that stuff. So this is all of your more official stuff that you really shouldn't have any issues with. So now to talk about the main event, as we are, here to talk about. So if you enable it, the Key Shops tab, and just click a random game. So you can go to different tabs, your PS4 and 5s, your Switches, your Xboxes, your PCs. We're going to stick to the PC side. This can be used kind of with Xbox too, to a lesser extent with Switch and PS4 and 5. The reason being, I know that Nintendo still prints keys and like sells them in stores, but that's kind of their like extent of that. PlayStation, from my understanding, mostly just gives out keys for their bundles. So, like, if they had a Spider-Man 2 bundle with their PS5 or PS5 Pro or whatever have you, I've seen some people that resell those on CD keys, which is one of these stores that I have used, which we'll talk about here in a second. But for the most part, you don't see a lot of Sony keys out these days, the way, at least from what I've seen on the stores. So we'll stick to the PC tab, but again, this will be relevant with Xbox a bit too. So if we scroll down here, we go to compare prices in official stores. So again, this is your Game Billet, your Steams, your Humble Bundles, your Fanaticals, that sort of thing. Stuff you can be pretty sure that you're going to get all of your stuff. It'll tell you, what the key is for as far as operating system goes, how long the sale's been going on, whether it's got DRM, the store that it's available for, that sort of thing. If we scroll down here to compare prices in key shops, this is where like the education starts. There's a risk info tab right here that will kind of explain different risks, which we will get into as we're scrolling through here. So if we pick a popular one here, Kinguin, I know I've seen quite a bit of. I've never used them. I've been on their store, so the tabs look a lot like they did with the official stores up here, but you can see that they come with a risks tab here. So if we click on this, you'll kind of get some reasons why maybe you should consider going elsewhere. Unknown source of the key. Majority of keys in the store do not come directly from publisher. There is a lot of ways that these stores could be obtaining these keys. Everywhere from like maybe buying them on Fanatical or Humble Bundle when they're really cheap to going out overseas and buying them somewhere where maybe they're cheaper to be able to resell them in like American or European currency where you might get a little bit more money for them. Just all the way up to like, stolen credit cards and bank accounts and buying them by the dozens or hundreds or however one might want to do that. Payment fee at checkout. An extra fee will be added at checkout for all available payment methods. That's really shady in my opinion. Marketplace. A marketplace is an eBay-like platform where multiple vendors sell their keys. Make sure you select a vendor with a good reputation and many successful transactions. So obviously you could get a seller that like maybe is notorious for not sending the keys after a payment is made. Obviously that vendor you would think is going to get sniffed out pretty fast, all the way to, again, the ways people bought them that we were talking about. Cheap Windows Office keys. I have not purchased any operating systems through any of these, so I can't tell you much about that. This EU VAT thing, anyone from the EU can maybe educate me and my audience a little bit more about what this even means. I did the read more tab and I'm still a little bit confused. I am here in the US, so this isn't really relevant to me, but feel free to educate me in the comments about that. Best price is hidden. This is kind of shady. The store promotes most expensive offers, even though lower price is available if you scroll down. Order fee at checkout. An order fee will be added to the top of the price displayed in the store when you reach checkout. That is shady. Selling Steam gifts. So Steam will gift you... I'm not sure. So when they say selling Steam gifts, what do they actually mean? I didn't look at this one earlier. Trading Steam, well, bought you as a friend. Okay, so selling Steam gifts. So what I'm assuming is going on here, they're not talking about like gifting the cards. They're talking about you'll pay them and then you'll friend them and then they'll probably buy it in a different company or country and send it to you. So that's pretty shady. So one of the ones that I actually use quite often is CD keys. I'm going to sound a little biased here, but they do flag this shop as the majority of keys in the store do not come directly from the publisher. The way I understand it with CD keys is it's generally they're buying a huge lot of keys overseas where they're really cheap and reselling them mostly to people in the US or Europe, and they're usually what's classified as a worldwide key, which is how you can how you know that. I do know that there's some people that are just reselling keys they have for some reason. I personally have not had any issues with CD keys. I have heard of people not so much not getting their keys, but usually either the key not working, and I've heard that can be rectified pretty fast. But the big one is usually I've heard of people buying the keys, using them for like 6 months, and then them getting yeeted from their library. Again, I haven't had any experience with that, but it's something to be aware of. I know a couple of people that have used this Aniba and had decent experiences, but I've also heard horror stories about stolen credit cards and stuff like that. I'm a little surprised PlayAsia's on here. It says unknown source keys and cheap Microsoft Office keys. I've never bought either of these on there. I've just bought their, physical games for PlayStation Vita and Switch and stuff. So that's probably why I've never had an issue there. So G to Play has definitely had its issues, as has Kingwin. Where is G2A. So G2A is kind of notorious at this point. I know that they've been involved in some lawsuits. I know some publishers have sued them, and some just like told them not to sell their games on their sites, and they've said that they're going to, and that they don't really do anything like that. They've had issues with stolen keys. The reason that I know more about them than I do everyone else is because in the last few years, I know that they had some major sponsorships with some YouTubers, and then a bunch of shit had come out about that, and I know CD Keys have done some sponsorships on YouTube too. I don't know if any of these other ones have. Maybe not. But yeah. So that's just kind of how you use this GG.deals. It's definitely a very useful tool. Before I end this video, I do want to say Humble Bundle and Fanatical get thrown in with the key resellers a lot. You can be relatively confident that you're not going to have any issues. Humble Bundle and Fanatical, and I think even Green Man Gaming. I've never used them, so I might be wrong. But I know Fanatical and Humble Bundle buy their keys directly from publishers, and with Humble specifically, a percentage of their sales go to charity. I'm not sure the exact number. Now, some people have issues with Humble Bundle because of their gaming and publishing end, and a lot of people getting laid off in the past year or two. That's another thing where you can kind of decide what you want to do there. But yeah, that just about does it. So if you like this sort of content, like, comment, subscribe, share, all that stupid shit that YouTubers tell you to do. I've got an upcoming video about the Miu Flip. I did an impressions video about this thing. I'm going to do a full review. I got a lot of it filmed. It is tangled up in CapCut right now, which I don't know how much I want to talk about that, but it is Sunday, the 19th of January right now, and TikTok got banned in the US. It's back up, but for some reason right now CapCut is not. So as the video is already partially edited in CapCut, so hopefully that gets figured out so I can finish this video up, and then I'm probably shifting editing software, but that's neither here nor there. But anyway, yeah, I've been Casualties of Gaming, and I will see you later.